to my channel. Back in the day, well, not that long ago, I was like 22 that time, I worked at this other boutique in Eastgate. So Eastgate was far from home. Home was like in Rivonia. So I ended up moving to Gandhi Square so it could be easy for me to go to work. There's like a nice little chisanyama in Gandhi Square. So we went there, my friends and I went there to chill and have a good time. And then came these nice guys. And then there was one that like came directly at me. I was like, oh. He came straight to me, and then, you know, he was trying to talk to me and stuff, and I was just like, but anyways, they ended up doing their own thing, we ended up doing our own thing. And then when they were leaving, the same guy came to me and he asked for my number, and I was like, okay. Started talking like as time went by, and then he was like, he stays in Cresta, this and that. So I was like, oh, okay, cool. Like, we just started vibing, chatting and stuff. And then time went by, and then, you know, I guess we started dating. And then he invited me to his place. Kandi Brothers does not stay in Cresta. This guy stayed in Soweto. So I was like, oh, why did you say he stayed in Cresta? And then he was like, no, he was staying in Cresta, but he's trying to save up, so he's back at home in Soweto. Anyways, I was like, you know what? Here's a guy, he seems nice. So we started dating, and like, I was literally in Soweto all the time, like backroom vibes. Sis was there. Like, I don't hey, I hope my parents will not watch this because they don't know any of these things that I'm talking about here. So yeah, like, I started dating that guy, and it became very serious. Even his family knew me because he stayed at home, even though he had his own place at the back at home, you know, kasi vibes. But I couldn't just walk into the yard and just, so he introduced me to his family, and he had like a very nice family, and they had a very nice house, like a very nice family. And you know, I got along with everyone. Oh, and another thing, when I met him, the day I met him, he was like, he's 23, because I was 22. And then as time went by, when we were like deep in this relationship, he was like, he's got a confession to make. He's actually 21. Because we were already in a relationship, and, you know, we had built something, I was like, hey, it's fine. Like, he seemed very matured. As time went by, oh, he was a personal trainer at Virgin Active. That's why he was, yabo. So as time went by, he was like, he wants to start his own gym and stuff. There was like a little gym that they had at home. So he was like, he wants to start his own thing. He's tired of working for people. So he quit his job at Virgin Active, and then he started his own thing. And then down the line, he just lost focusness, man. Like, he wasn't concentrating anymore. Even that thing that he wanted to do, he stopped. Like, he stopped caring about a lot of things. And then he really became a kasi guy. You see those kasi guys that just chill in the kasi the whole day and do nothing? He became that guy. Then next thing, he started going to, what was it? It's a place in Bloom, man. I forgot what that place is, but it's in Bloom. I'll just say Bloom. He started going to Bloom a lot. He told me that there is some guy that he went to high school with that stays in Bloom. So when he says he's going to Bloom, that's who he's going to. And that guy asked him to move there so that they can do a business together. Oh, he told me that the place he was staying in didn't have network, so he could only talk to me whenever he goes to the mall, and that would be like during the day. That's when he would like try call me and send me messages. But at night, I can't get a hold of this guy. Like, I couldn't get a hold of him. Even in the mornings, I couldn't get a hold of him. I had to wait until he said something to me because there was no network in the place he was staying in. So again, I was in love, and I accepted this whole Bloom thing. But he was weird, man, when he was in Bloom. Like, he was very weird. So, after a while, he came back. And then he came to my place in Gandhi Square. So, like, he was very weird. Yeah, that day he was very weird. And then I was holding my phone, and then he was like, who are you texting? Like, he started being very weird, making it seem like I'm doing something while he's away. But anyways, I gave him my phone because I had nothing to hide. So I was like, you're busy going through my phone, where's your phone? And I hadn't seen his phone the entire day I spent with him that day, like the whole day. I don't know where his phone was. He didn't even take it out for anything. So I'm like, you're busy going through my phone. Where is your own phone? Let's see your own phone. Guy, he fought. He's like, nah, no one is touching his phone. And then I like touched his pants. I felt it. He's like, no, don't touch my phone, this and that. So we got into a big argument, and then he finally like took it out. And then he was like, okay, let me show you what you want to see. He went to his messages, and there was like literally nothing. And then when I did this, the data was off. I'm like, you think I'm a fool? Put on your data. We fought again. We wrestled with his phone, and then he finally put on his data. Hey, messages started coming on WhatsApp. Some were from his mom, and then there was this number with no name. It was like, oh, he didn't want me to read, but I fought, and then I ended up reading. The first message was like, why have you been quiet the whole day? What are you doing? I'm sure we are Jola wherever you are. Second message, don't forget to pass by Edgar's and get my Mac. Mac is makeup, by the way. So I'm like, Hippo, who is this? And then it's like, no, it's my friend's girlfriend, the friend that he stays with in Bloom. He's like, it's the girlfriend. She said I must buy her Mac because there's no Mac at the Edgar's in Bloom. So I must buy her Mac at this Edgar's here. So I'm like, why would your friend's girlfriend say, why aren't you answering your phone? Like, we are Jola wherever you are. Why would she say that, firstly? And secondly, it's fine, I get the whole Mac part, but then, hey, this thing just doesn't balance. Like, what's going on? And then he was like, no, this and that. And then I was like, let me take this number and call it. So I took the number, and then I dialed it on my phone. And then he grabbed my phone, and then he cut the call. Yeah, hey, we got into an argument. And then he was like, okay, let me tell you the truth. There's this older lady that likes me in Bloom, but I don't like her. But she's got a lot of money, she's got a lot of connections. So my friend and I, we want to use her in this business that we're doing. We want her to put in capital and things like that. So because she likes me, I'm doing these favors for her, but then there's like absolutely nothing going on. She knows, like, she's old, firstly, and she knows I've got a girl, and she knows that, you know, even though she likes me, we can't be together because she's old, like she's an older lady. Hey, he sold me these dreams, man. And I was like, oh, okay, cool, it's fine. And then, you know, I forgave him. Yeah, I was stupid. I forgave him, and then we ended up, you know, spending the entire day together. And then later on, he left. He went back home. So when he left, that number, isn't it that time when I was trying to find out who that person was, I dialed the number on my phone. So, and then he cut it. So she received my, like, a missed call from my number. So I'm sure she was returning the call. She called, and then I didn't hear the phone. I only saw it later. And then I didn't have airtime to call her back. So I sent her WhatsApp. I was like, hi, don't mind the call from earlier on. I was with, who am I going to call this guy? Let me call him Sfiso. That's like a nice guessing name. That was not his name, but I'm just going to use Sfiso. So I was like, I was with Sfiso earlier. He didn't want to tell me who you were, but he ended up telling me, so it's fine. Sorry about that. Lady, I'm gonna call her Dora. Yeah, that's not her name also, but I'm just gonna use it. So Dora's like, and who am I? I was like, I don't wanna, you know, I'd rather drop it. I don't want to get involved with whatever that her and Sfiso, you know, are doing. And then she was like, oh, hold on, little girl. Aren't you the girl that's busy stalking my man? Pela, me and Sfiso are engaged, telling me that you're busy stalking him. That's why you call every night. That's why this, and that. Please stop stalking my man. I was like, yeah? Hey, boo. I was like, what? Dora sent me photos of her, an old ass lady, and Sfiso was like 21 that time. Dora was probably even older than Sfiso's mother. Dora was probably in her 40s, like maybe more like about 43, 45, let's say 45 max. Dora sent me pictures of them together in bed. She sent me pictures of them together in the club. She was like, you can see that me and my man are in love, so please leave us alone. Stop stalking him. He broke up with you long ago, but you don't want to take no for an answer. I was like, what? Are you serious? So that's what this guy has been telling you. And the funny thing is, she knew everything about me. Like, she knew I stayed. She knew that, like, what I did. She knew everything. She was like, I'm gonna make you even lose that little job of yours. Leave me and my man alone. Hey, I was so shocked. Hey, she started swearing at me. And Namike, I was like, I'm not gonna keep quiet. An old lady like this. I started swearing at her as well. I was like, washed up old woman, do you know how old Sfiso is? Sfiso's 21 and you look like you're in your 50s. I tell her Spice also me. Hey, Dora didn't want to give up. She kept sending things and then I blocked her. So I went back to Sfiso. You know, I was texting him. I was like, so you're just going to blue tick me? You're not going to say anything? Sfiso, blue ticks. So I used to Sfiso's mom and I were very close. So, and the thing is, his whole family and I thought that in Bloom he was staying with his friend. And then when Dora was telling me all these things, she told me, she's like, my man, my fiance stays with me here in Bloom. Yeah. So this guy lied. In Bloom, he never stayed with his friend. He never stayed. There was no friend. He was just there for Dora. I took a picture of him and Dora. I need to Dora send me their pictures in bed, in the club, and then she sent me her own pictures now. So I took the one that they were like sitting in the club together. I sent them to his mother. I was like, hey ma, so this guy has been lying all this while, telling us that in Bloom he's staying with his friend. There's no friend. This guy's staying with this old lady, and she's telling me that they're in love, they're engaged, this and that. She was so shocked. She was so shocked. She was so shocked and she felt so bad for me. Like, she didn't even know what to do. And then she was like, you know what? It's fine. I'm going to sort him out. I'm going to handle this. And after an hour, he called me. He's like, so my mom and dad just spoke to me. They just called me. Thank you so much for ruining my life. I'm like this guy was playing victim. Following day at night, he calls me again. He was like, let me apologize for everything that happened yesterday. I shouldn't have lied to you. I should have told you the truth about Dora. And then he's like, but anyways, who gave you the right to swear at Dora? And then I hear her at the back, yes, tell her. So I think he went back to Bloom, and then when he was calling me that night, he put me on loudspeaker. Maybe Dora made him call me. So I was probably on loudspeaker because I could hear her, you know, talking. He was like, yeah, it's fine. Anyways, I just wanted to call you and tell you that it's over. I was just holding the phone like... And then he dropped the phone. Hey, guys. I was so hurt. I even went home, like home, Eastern Cape for like 2 weeks just to clear my head because I was so messed up. And then came back to Joburg and moved on with my life. So this other time I was about to knock off and he like showed up at my work. Like he was there, so I had to listen to him. So we went to this other restaurant like after work, and then he was like, that whole thing with Dora ended up in a disaster. And I was like, I don't care. He went back to Soweto and his mom took him to some prophet, and the prophet was like, Dora was using some muti on him. I didn't believe that. Like, boy, please, boy, bye. He wants me back. He's really sorry about what had happened. And I was like, nah, boy. That situation messed me up. And that situation made me get into another messed up situation. The next story that I'm gonna have is gonna be about the situation that this situation made me get into. So I will see you guys next time. Bye.